You're now watching a clip from the Inspired by show. You can watch the full episode on our YouTube channel or listen on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. So make sure to head over there, leave us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed it, and follow the show. Is there ever been a time where you've considered, obviously you're in business at the moment with friends. Mm-hmm. How has that been sort of blurring the lines between business partner and friendship?
Yeah, I mean, my business partner, Sam, is my best mate. He's actually recently proposed to his girlfriend, and I've got to start writing a speech. So he's incredible, and I don't think I could have done it without having that kind of right hand man, or that support, because there are so many sleepless nights, or fires and kind of big, not issues, but it's sort of standard practice for building a business. But so many situations that arise that you're like, oh my god, this could be the end. Or how am I going to cope with this? Like, the pressure on your shoulders is huge, especially now we've got a decent employee base, and we've got like people's careers like on our shoulders, and we want to make sure they have an amazing career path with us. So yeah, there's an immense pressure, and I think if you can split that 50-50, great. If it's 100% on your shoulders, it's tough.
Yeah.
And it obviously it's tough to find that right partner, because. And I've heard all the horror stories about best friends getting into business and then, not seeing eye to eye on business and falling out and probably never speaking to each other again. So far, me and Sam have been so harmonious in how we operate. And I just hope it stays that way. And I can't see why I wouldn't, because what he does well, I don't, and what I do well, he doesn't. And we just have such a mutual respect for each other that it's been pretty plain sailing.
I love that, and I love the honesty, because a lot of people will think, oh no, they're just saying that, they're just saying that because they need to show, keep the face clean for when like employees look up and parents are arguing, But realistically, how has it been behind the scenes when it comes to the challenges of business? Because we all both know entrepreneurship is not always the smoothest journey. Like, what would you say has been the biggest like sleepless night that you've had as an entrepreneur?
Well, it's Friday and payroll's due, and we don't have but it's got to there. So like our second round, actually, we literally covered payroll by 30 minutes. So payroll's out on 5 p.m. Friday, and we got our first tranche of investment in at 4:30 p.m. And it was just like, it's skin of your teeth stuff. What else? It's just like a lot of supply chain like issues, which is just annoyingly like not our fault, but you obviously within business, you're reliant on your supply chain and your partners that you work with, and like had just silly things like cans being printed wrong, and like I don't know, not being cleaned, like all sorts of silly things. That could be so easily avoided, but it happens, and you just got to deal with it. We had an absolute horror last week where we got basically scammed. A bank account got hacked into and lost 70 grand. That was tough.
Oh my gosh.
So it is constant, but I love it. I love it. I absolutely just love it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, what's next?
Yeah. You're like, hit me, I've got this.
I don't think I loved it as much when I started. I was like, this is like, the kind of stress, anxiety was like, oh my God, this is like, I'm almost breathless. But then now I'm like, take it in your stride. It's just what happens. And at the end of the day, if there's a will, there's a way. You will find a way out.
I completely relate. And I remember when I first started, I've been in business 7 years now, and I remember people would say to me, I hate instability, right? So the fact that I left the corporate job of like 6-figure salary to come and like just pay myself so much less was like the most unstable thing ever, plus moving across the world to do it. So many instabilities in that process. And I remember people would say to me, but Chloe, you'll love it, like you will love it. And I was like, wow, these people are crazy, like all these people.